The classroom that I had before this one was full of furniture, mostly from the 80s.
My old classroom was really a mix of kind of leftover furniture, because as a learning center, you kind of get whatever you can get your hands on, basically. And sometimes that's the leftover furniture out of some other classrooms, and then you build whatever you can out of it.
So in terms of meeting in my office, I certainly can do one-to-one counseling in there, but when it comes to more than 2 students, it gets a little cramped. And certainly not appropriate for a small group of 4 or 5, 6 students.
I believe the wellness centers are needed now because students, they have come with a lot of trauma, and they just, if they're filled with trauma, they aren't learning in the classroom.
So the expectations of what happens in the classroom has evolved over time. And so you hear about cooperative learning environments and the ability to interact. And so the old traditional rows don't meet the needs of how teaching and learning go on in the classroom today.
The pilot classrooms have really allowed our teachers the opportunity to see how change can be made, how we can reimagine our instructional practices in the classroom and meet the needs of our students that we didn't really even knew existed because we had always been stuck in an older model. With this new environment, teachers see, hundreds of opportunities to rethink what they do on a daily basis and how they use the actual foundational pieces of their classroom, their furniture, to improve the way they offer instruction to students.
So I'm TK through 5th grade in this one room, so I needed different size furniture for the children. Instead of the children coming in and having to adjust to all the same size, I now have a K1 area, a 2-3 area, and a 4-5 area, all adjusted to those children's sizes.
So when you do design for the average, you're really not designing for anybody. So having these options for seating, giving the kids more agency in where they sit and how they arrange their classroom and what their learning environment is, that helps them out a lot in just wanting to be there.
The options that the furniture have, the students like, it's not your traditional classroom where they come in and they sit at a desk with a chair. It gives them some different sensory options. So we have the little grassy area, we have the hug chairs, we have the rocking chairs. It just gives them some other options to self-regulate themselves.
When the students themselves are comfortable, they're able to input more information right off the bat. They are ready to learn, they feel comfortable, they feel like this place is built for them, and that makes it easier for them to be able to do their best.
I think that students in today's world deserve the best learning environments, and so it's not just the youngest learners or the oldest learners, it's every single learner in Yuba City Unified deserves that kind of environment. The community will be able to see the learning environments meeting the needs of the 21st century. And so it was important to me that this not be just a short-term investment, that this furniture will last and will be able to be flexible, to be able to be adaptable to what comes next in the next 10 to 20 years.
Having brand new furniture and having things that were created with them in mind is so empowering, and it's so impactful to who they are and who they will become.